Labor's plan voiced to Parliament. I mean, finally, we have a new organisation to fight this dangerous move. It includes a former Labor minister, and I'll ask him why he's taking on his old party. And boy, do we need more people like him with the guts to stand up to this. I mean, the way now that we're being divided into tribes. I mean, just yesterday, in multicultural Melbourne, you had Sikhs and Indians belt each other in a brawl over creating an independent Sikh state in India. And of course, here in Australia, we have Aboriginal activists wanting independent Aboriginal states. And it's this kind of ethnic hatred that was also whipped up so recklessly at last Thursday's marches against Australia Day. I know that's last week's news, but here's the thing. Looking afterwards, what shocked me is that no journalist that I know showed you just how ugly it actually got, and in Melbourne, again, particularly. It was blogger Sam McClelland who tipped me off, and I've now found video that the Melbourne rally organisers put on their website, and it is appalling. I want you to watch it and ask why no one was charged with hate speech or making threats to kill, and particularly why no journalist there noticed or cared enough to report it. I'll show you just two clips. Here's one of the invited speakers at the rally being given the warm welcome by the MC, and every bleep you then hear is either the F word or the C word, and check the crowd's reaction.
The next speaker is going to be Rocky Harrison!
Rocky Harrison here. Been in and out of the jail system. While I was in there, I seen 2 black deaths there. I seen these drunk screws treat us black fellas like shit. You dogs. You know who you ended on you like maggots? It was killed by these over here. The police system. The law. You dogs. I'll shoot you dogs. Yeah.
Rocky Harrison! The police! The police! The police! Your prison!
Effing white maggots, you effing dogs, gonna kill you. I mean, the racism, the hatred, the threats are all so appalling, but this crowd cheered it. And if a white person said this stuff about black people and police, I bet you they'd be charged. The video would be on high rotation on the ABC as evidence of our wicked racism, but no one even reported what you just saw, or that MC's hatred of Australians simply celebrating Australia Day.
Well, the ones celebrating with your poxy little barbecues, whatever the you do on this day, I hope you choke on your lamb chop! Yes!
As I said, this video is still on the website of the rally organiser, the Warriors of the Aboriginal Resistance. They seem proud of it. Now, this organisation, this is very initial by the way, spells out war, has as a leader the sister of Greens Senator Lydia Thorpe. And Thorpe also gave a speech at the start of this same rally. And this speech was also racist and also dangerously inflammatory. But once again, what a mystery. I cannot find where the ABC reported this particular vile rant by this Greens senator waving a war stick and preaching war.
This is a war! They are still killing us! They are still stealing our babies! They are killing our men! And they are still raping our women!
A politician in our federal parliament saying this is war? Seriously? And if it is war, what is she expecting the people she's talking to do. And the racism there. I mean, who is this they that's supposedly killing Aborigines and raping their women? Now, Thorpe clearly means whites, yet last week, for instance, 14 of the 16 intensive care beds in Alice Springs were filled with Aboriginal women who'd been bashed, and not by white racists. Try their partners. In fact, studies have shown that murdered Aboriginal women were more likely to have been killed by their partners. So how did Thorpe turn all that into some white war against Aborigines? They're killing our people. I mean, seriously, this is sick, it is dangerous, it's racist, and I couldn't believe the hypocrisy today of another Greens MP, Sarah Hanson-Young, not saying a word about any of what I've just shown, not a word about this racism, but claiming that the real racists are people against Labor's plan for a voice to Parliament, like me. Okay, you know, we're against this advisory Parliament just for Aborigines. We're racist for saying that dividing us by race is racist, for warning that this is encouraging a kind of race resentment and hate. We're racist for saying that Aborigines, look, they already have a voice to Parliament, just like all Australians, regardless of race. It's called their vote. But how can voters actually know how toxic our race industry has become when journalists are refusing to report the reality? And I don't just mean they're refusing to report the violence in so many Aboriginal towns, not just in Alice Springs, which now has been exposed, but not even reporting threats to murder police at a rally in the heart of Melbourne.